2022 is proving to be an exciting time for space exploration. With the emergence of private space companies such as Blue Origin and SpaceX, it is clear that the future of astronomical discovery is brighter than ever. NASA has been the historical leader when it comes to spearheading our journey to the stars, and the newly launched James Webb Space Telescope will make sure that our understanding of the cosmos keeps getting better. While the new telescope is more focused on things beyond our solar system, a new terrifying discovery on Neptune may change everything and is proof that more studies are needed on planets within our neighborhood. In today's video, we will be talking about this discovery and its significance to astronomers and what it teaches us about planets in our solar system. Around 3 billion miles away sits the farthest known planet in the solar system, called Neptune. It is known for being the first planet to have its existence predicted by mathematical calculations before it was visually observed through a telescope. Irregularities in the orbit of Uranus led French astronomer Alexis Bouvard to suggest that the gravitational pull from another undiscovered celestial body might be responsible. This allowed German astronomer Johann Galle to rely on these calculations to help spot Neptune via a telescope for the first time on September 23, 1846. The history of the planet goes far beyond that, though, as astronomer Galileo Galilei sketched the planet, but he mistook it for a star due to its slow motion. The newly discovered planet was given the name of Neptune, the Roman god of the sea, in accordance with all the other planets seen in the sky. Due to its distance from the Earth, only one mission is flown by Neptune, the Voyager 2, in 1989. As it is the last planet in the solar system, scientists have mostly relied on data collected by ground-based telescopes for their studies. Because of these restrictions, there are still many mysteries about the blue giant, such as why its winds are so speedy and why its magnetic field is offset. Astronomers believe studying Neptune can also provide some clues about the nature of other exoplanets. The research may help with learning about the habitability of worlds that are bigger than Earth. The cloud cover on Neptune has a vivid blue tint that is partly due to a compound that is yet to be identified. One other reason is the absorption of red light by methane in the planet's atmosphere, which mostly consists of hydrogen and helium. Photos of the planet also reveal a thick, slushy fluid mix of water, ammonia, and methane ices under its atmosphere, causing it to be classified as an ice giant. The planet is around 17 times the mass of Earth and nearly 58 times its volume. NASA estimates that the rocky core that Neptune possesses is roughly equal to the Earth's entire mass. Voyager 2 remains the only spacecraft to have visited the Neptunian system. While visiting the planet was not in the original mission plan for the Voyager, the timing of the probe's launch gave its trajectory the nudge it needed to be redirected towards Neptune. Voyager 2 flew past the planet and its moons on August 24th through 25th in 1989. It observed the system almost continuously between June and October of that year. It was able to measure the planet's radius and interior rotation rate. It also detected its magnetic field and determined that it is both highly inclined and offset from the planet's rotation axis. The probe also confirmed that Neptune has rings and even discovered 6 new moons. Before the Voyager missions, Neptune was considered to be too cold to support a weather system, but the probe's images of the planet revealed the highest atmospheric winds seen in the solar system, and several large-scale storms active on its surface, one of them being around the same size as Earth. Since Neptune was the last planetary destination for Voyager 2, mission scientists risked sending the spacecraft closer to it than any other planet during its long journey. Voyager passed around 3,100 miles above the planet's north pole. A few hours after that flyby, it turned towards Triton, passing within 24,800 miles of the Moon, allowing for high-resolution images of the Moon's highly varied surface, as well as accurate measurements of its radius and temperature. Perhaps the most exciting discovery on Neptune from the Voyager probe were those active high-speed storms on its surface. One such storm was observed on the southern hemisphere of the planet. This oval-shaped dark spot spun counterclockwise and was large enough to contain the entire Earth. It moved westward at speeds of nearly 750 miles per hour. The Hubble Space Telescope was used to search for this dark spot a few years later to find out if this storm was permanent, like Jupiter's Great Red Spot, but no trace of the storm was found. The telescope also found that other similar storms often appeared and faded on the planet over the past few decades. Astronomers have been left puzzled by a terrifying discovery on Neptune. A dark storm on the planet abruptly switched directions and started moving away from almost certain death. The Hubble Space Telescope first spotted this vortex back in 2018. A year later, this storm began to drift southward towards Neptune's equator, following the path of several other storms that came before it. Usually, these dark spots on the planet's surface live for a few years before either fading away or completely vanishing. However, this particular storm mysteriously stopped moving south and made a sharp U-turn, drifting northwards. At the same time, a smaller second dark spot was also spotted by astronomers on the planet. It is theorized that this new small vortex was a piece of the original storm that broke off and drifted away. Astronomers were shocked at this observation because the smaller vortex is potentially a part of the larger storm's disruption process. While we have seen some other dark spots fading away, we have never observed a disruption process ever before. Before this observation, the only clue of such a process existing was due to its prediction in computer simulations. The Hubble has been instrumental in tracking similar storms over Neptune over the last 3 decades. Astronomers have never seen such unpredictable atmospheric behavior. The current storm on the planet, which is 4,600 miles across, is the 4th darkest spot Hubble has tracked since 1993. These storms are thought to be high-pressure systems that rotate clockwise due to the planet's rotation. As these storms drift towards Neptune's equator, the Coriolis effect that usually keeps them stable starts to weaken, making them disintegrate. However, unlike past observed storms and computer simulations, this latest vortex didn't migrate into this kill zone on its way to the equator. This behavior caught astronomers off guard, as the storm acted like it was expected to, but then suddenly stopped and swung back instead. These strange atmospheric behaviors have put Neptune in the spotlight once more, as astronomers are now pushing for new missions to the planet. Countless questions, both old and new, remain about the planet, which cannot be answered by the old data provided by the Voyager and that which is collected through ground-based telescopes on Earth. One such question is how the planet initially formed around the early sun, and the cause of its extreme axial tilt compared to the rest of the planets in the solar system. Ice giants such as Neptune are some of the most prevalent planets found across the universe. They are usually the largest planets in a star system and tend to be easier to spot when they transit their host star. However, current models say that ice giants should be an anomaly, as the window for their formation is very narrow. Figuring out how Neptune formed could help scientists better understand the abundance of similar ice giants in the universe. Additionally, the planet's magnetic field is tilted at 47 degrees from its axis and shifted away from its center by more than half of its radius. Though Neptune's strange magnetic fields and uncertain formation may be a puzzle yet to be solved, when Voyager 2 sent back the first images of the planet, it took our breath away. The valuable flyby revealed some unexpected characteristics about the atmosphere and internal mechanics of the planet. Their cloud tops are among the coldest places in the solar system at minus 361 degrees Fahrenheit. Despite receiving very little light from the sun, Neptune has a weather system with wispy white clouds and high winds. Scientists hope that new missions to the planet will soon be approved and provide even more valuable data to uncover the mystery of Neptune. Thank you for tuning in for another informative video about the planets and our solar system. If you want to learn more about the legendary Voyager missions, please check out our video on the probe's shocking discovery in space, which may change our understanding of the universe. Do you think NASA or SpaceX will send another mission to study Neptune? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below.